Hey, good morning. It's day 3 of keto. Welcome back to the keto vlog. My name is Evan Frericks, and this is Epic Every Day. Part of what I wanted to talk about today was, my morning was really different. Kind of a whirlwind of experiences and emotions already, and it's not even 9 o'clock yet. So, I just woke up. I could not force myself to really wake up or get out of bed. I slept an hour later than I normally do. And then it was like pulling teeth to try to do Tabata. And then while I was doing Tabata, I felt so really weak, and I just felt like I could barely do the exercises. And actually, I skipped a couple of the kinds of exercises I do. I just did jumping jacks and sit-ups. I could barely do squats. And I did some push-ups, but I did like knee push-ups. I just was feeling so exhausted. And last night when I didn't really talk about this yesterday, but I was going to work out yesterday at about 4 o'clock, and I was feeling weak then too. I think I only ran on the ellipsis machine for 15 minutes instead of half an hour. Then I walked a little bit on the treadmill, and I did some other things, but I just zero energy. I just felt like my body was totally depleted. So maybe that's part of the transition from burning glucose for energy to burning ketones. I don't know. And so it was carrying over to this morning for sure. And last night I had a meeting, and I was up like an hour and a half later than normal too. So that just made things even worse. I was able to test my ketones, and I had on the sheet here, this morning I had a 3 right there, which is the highest I've ever scored so far. So I'm really happy about that. Like, that boosted my mood quite a bit. Felt like I was doing something that had some good results. And then in theory, I've been doing cold exposure, and this doesn't have anything to do with keto, but just general health. I've been trying to do some cold exposure every day, and in the morning it's been cold enough to do it outside. It's been less than 60 degrees, but it wasn't this morning. And so I took a cold shower instead. And I thought I've taken cold showers before, but I've never done it on just straight cold, which is what I did this morning. I was going to be in there for 5 minutes, and I made it 2.5 minutes. And yeah, it was an experience. But it's something I totally want to do again. And I had energy after, and phone ran out of space there. So I was talking about cold showers. I was saying, I just, at the end of my cold shower, I felt, I don't know. I couldn't really. I think I could have made it more, 5 more minutes, but it was pretty painful. But I could tell that it was good. At the same time, it's really bizarre. So I guess the cold showers I'd taken before were actually a little bit less than lukewarm showers, because this was just straight cold. I didn't even, start it out warm and taper it down. I just had it cold. I jumped right in, and I think I want to do it again. I almost want to go again today sometime. But after that, I had energy again. I started to taper down after about an hour or so. So I don't know. It's kind of an up and down thing this morning so far. Some of it has to do with keto. Some of it just has to do with the health things we're doing in general. I also wanted to take a minute to talk about, what is keto and cold showers, and what does any of this have to do with Epic Every Day? The spiritual work that we're trying to do. And it has a lot to do with it, actually. The kind of physical discipline that we're trying to build into our lives, the kind of way that Liz and I are trying to take care of our body, it's mirroring the kind of spiritual work that we also do. And it's the kind of holistic, total health kind of system that we really believe in. And so we're trying to, and we are. I think if I took an inventory of everything that we do in our life, I feel like it's significant. All the little health choices that we make throughout the day, whether it's just physical health or spiritual as well. So it all really fits together. Spiritual discipline and physical discipline, I think they can learn a lot from each other. Doing Tabata every morning, I feel like, is somewhat of a spiritual experience. The cold shower, I feel like, was that, where it's just, Paul talks about beating his body into submission and just kind of taking charge, I think. And that's definitely what we're trying to do. I haven't really done an Epic Everyday update much, but we're working on a time management class right now. We were working on this big, 13-week class that would basically be a survey of everything that we really believe in and want Epic Everyday to be. And it just seemed like that was going to be too much, too big of a product for the very first thing we offer. So now we're making this little class just about, what do you put on your to-do list, and how do you set good goals, and how do those things flow from your mission and vision, and a little bit about where do you get your mission and vision even from. So we're putting that material together now. We're revamping our webpage, and hopefully that will be, I feel like we keep saying, hopefully by the end of the month, something will happen. So we are trying to work hard on this, trying to trust God's timing, but it feels like it's taken a long time for sure. And, it's not the only thing we got going on in our lives, but it is the thing that we are striving for and putting a lot of mental energy towards. So hopefully there'll be something to share very soon about that. In the meantime, there's always the podcast here on this YouTube channel or on our webpage, epiceverydaynow.com. Would love to see what you think about that as well. But anyway, so that's enough of that little commercial for Epic Everyday. So day 3, few hours into it here, pretty up and down experience so far. Ketogenic diet will keep you updated as to how fasting for 16 hours goes and what is going on the rest of the day. I'm feeling a little bit better now. I've had some food, and felt like I had enough energy to go for a walk now. And actually was weighing stuff, and Liz was so good about, checking to make sure all the macronutrients were balanced. But I had a few ounces of ham and some cheddar cheese, and then these chocolate bite, fat bomb things that were really good that Liz made. Then she made these sausage and egg and cheese ball things that she baked in the oven. And I think we're gonna have that for dinner as well, because the kids really liked it, and it's been kind of hard finding things the kids actually like. I haven't really tried to exercise very strenuously, so I don't know if I would feel the same way that I did last night or this morning when I was doing Tabata. But tomorrow morning I'll try to do Tabata again, and I'm scheduled to go to the gym after work. It's tricky with the way we're doing keto. We've got to take our keto levels test twice a day. Once about an hour after you wake up, right in the middle of your long fast if you're doing intermittent fasting, and then another one about 4 hours after lunch, basically. And I'm working from home today. I ate lunch. Well, I had kind of 2 small meals instead of one big one around lunch. So now I've got to wait a couple hours to test my ketogenic ketone level again. Got a decent bit of energy now, it feels like, and I'm really hoping that I'm not back down to near zero like I was yesterday afternoon. Hey, I just did my afternoon test, and I was a 4, which is super exciting. So here's the progress.